And we're live. Forced to change the name of Painkiller Already. What's the new name?
What would Kyle you call and
Gang. No, Taylor and Friends.
I have to choose between those two.
Woody and fucking the Amigos. I don't know. The Pre-Amigos podcast.
If I could rename the show, I don't know. Painkiller. So what I like in a name is it doesn't mean anything, right? Like Coca-Cola doesn't mean anything. When I hear
Coca-Cola is the name of the two products the two ingredients that make up Coca-Cola.
But it almost doesn't mean anything anymore. Like Kinko's, which was a place where you made copies. It's kind of gone now. It doesn't mean anything. I like Nanners. Like that name was just a blank slate for which he could draw on anything he wanted. And so what would I name? I don't mind Painkiller Already. You don't know what to expect. You're like, what the fuck is this? That works for me. If I had to change it to something else, I'd look for that in a name too.
We could keep the same letters too. It could be Pretty Cool Assholes.
Actually, that's not bad. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's better. Oh, but with the K. I don't think I like the K. Taylor's
or maybe we could do
resident speller.
We call it the misnomer hour.
We could do the Cool Crazy Cats.
It's a bad name.
Oh, Jesus.
All right. And now welcome to KKK episode 551. This will be the final episode of the show that's hosted on YouTube. You know what pisses me off?
They got our sponsor tonight, J&J Hoods, the best hoods out there.
Yeah. Do your crosses burn too slow? And it shows a guy. Are you struggling to light your cross on on an undesirable's lawn? Well, we'll fix that for you right quick. Well, this podcast makes a lot of sense. I'm saving on crosses. I don't know.
I don't know what we rename it. Like it's. I like that it's an acronym. It's weird to explain to people because like they start thinking it has something to do with painkillers, like drugs. So it's like no, it doesn't have anything to do with opiates or narcotics.
No, it's just studying the life of 3 hardcore opiate addicts.
Yeah.
I don't think we can pull that off though.
But I do like the name. I think that's a tip of the hat over to good old Wings of Redemption. I think he came up with that name.
Yeah, out of frustration. I was playing with him. If people don't know the story, I'll tell it in fast forward, as I'm known to do. We're trying out people for a game battles team we were talking about putting together. We're just a few seconds into the game. There used to be a death streak where if you killed someone, 2 or 3 times, they came back with painkiller, which gave them extra health. And Wing bumped into a dude who had painkiller just a minute or 2 into the game. And he's like, Painkiller Already? And because the people we're playing with were so good, they were getting kills so fast. And somehow that became the name of the podcast. There it is. It became like a recurring theme. Just a minute into the game, the other team would have Painkiller already.
Painkiller did suck.
But then like a guy the other day was like, I think he asked, he's like, when did you join the show, Kyle? And I was like day one, like
episode 0 when we announced there would be a show. That was
a few weeks before there was a show. We all kind of got together and decided there would be, and that's when I joined. So I walked him through the whole lefty thing. I was like, and Wings always says that Taylor replaced him, but really, Taylor replaced Lefty. And Lefty didn't even replace Wings. Lefty sort of filled in for me because I was traveling so much. So nobody replaced Wings. Wings was just let go because he couldn't wake up in time to do
and
the
it's
show.
Treated like it's recent. When did I replace Lefty?
Almost half a decade ago.
Years ago? I think it
was
a decade ago. Almost.
No, episode 188. I started as a host.
Is that true?
Yeah. 188 I came on as a guest, and it was like that. People liked that one, and then you texted me and we're like,
oh, you're right.
You want to be a host? I'm like, okay. And then that was, I was like renting a car to someone. I'm like, oh, neat. Yeah.
The reenactment of the original contract negotiations right there.
You want to make jokes like a retard on the show? Absolutely. Yeah, I got nothing else doing. Yeah, I remember starting doing the show and being like, man, this will be like a fun little short-term thing. And I remember even thinking like will this be going 3 years from now? No. What are we crazy? No, over 7 years later, still.
I'm not committing into my most important job into my 30s.
It is funny. It's funny though. Like compared to a bunch of podcasts, we've been going for fucking ever.
I think that part of that is because like we are one of the first podcasts ever. Like you can comfortably say that. Like when we started podcasting, there weren't, like I tell people every now and then, like yeah, I do a podcast, but I immediately follow that with, this isn't like how like everyone you know now has a podcast. I was like, we started a podcast in 2009, like before there was anything to even put a podcast on. Like we started a podcast. Like this, it's literally one of the first podcasts in the world that existed
with any sort of popularity. Yeah.
With any sort of popularity. I'm sure there was some like psychopath out there just rambling into a microphone like by himself. That's not a podcast though.
Yeah, there were podcasts evidence at the time. I feel like podcasts were just being born though, you know, like just like I didn't have the first gaming channel, but it was one of the early ones.
Like when did Joe Rogan start? Because it's funny, Joe Rogan, like it's back on like old episodes of Opie and Anthony. Before like in like 2006, 2007, and Anthony would go back to his house, the compound, and do live podcasts there from his house. And Rogan,
but that was 2006. They were after us. No, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm thinking 16. I don't know all my numbers
because Anthony Cumia did some of his own stuff, and like Rogan even says, like, yeah, the reason I decided to start a show is because I listened to O&A like every other fucking comedian, and then I like saw Anthony say something like, hey, tune into this thing, and it was like, he's just being a shithead, drinking, talking to people. I can do this. You know what? Not only can I do this, I'll be the most influential person on earth.